YouTube, what is going on? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. This video today, we are looking at 5 Daredevil keys to invest in before his MCU return. Some of you might put a question mark on that, considering that, there's a lot of questions surrounding if the Netflix Daredevil show is actually MCU canon. But putting that aside, a lot of people are petitioning, and there's a lot of rumors going on that Charlie Cox can return to the Matt Murdock Daredevil role. Is he going to show up in the new Spider-Man movie? Is he going to show up anywhere in the MCU? I'm hopeful for it. We are going to look at these 5 books that can definitely get hot if he makes his way to the big screen or to Disney Plus. Before we get into the video, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Check out all the awesome links below. And we also have another awesome sponsor today that I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about. I want you all to really listen and pay attention and help support John Unlimited, because this is independent comic book publishing at its finest. Let me tell you all today about the newest crowdfunding campaign, John Unlimited. If you're into superheroes, action stories, graphic novels, you will absolutely love this graphic novel, John Unlimited. It's the first book in a series of many to come, and this one is already done. That's right, there's no waiting 6 to 10 months on a book to finish, only for the artist to email you telling that the book isn't going to be ready, so then you have to wait even longer. Support John Unlimited and get your fresh copy 1 month after Indiegogo transfers the funds. The book, sitting at 130 pages, is a full story in your hands that you can dive into. If you're interested in supporting, check out the Indiegogo link that is in the description below. This is a campaign that is extremely affordable as well, and you get to help out up-and-coming creators that are really putting their passion and their talents on the pages for all of us comic book lovers. I thought I'd come out here and show you guys the actual book, John Unlimited Rocket Soul Series 1. It's in my hands, folks. It is in my hands. Like I said, I'm all about supporting up-and-coming independent creators. This is a situation that is rare as well when it comes to crowdfundings. You have the ability to help support and have a product that's already finished. These creators are making sure that you have a product in your hand. That means they went above and beyond to put all of their resources into getting this 130-page giant in your hand. So the link is below to the Indiegogo, folks. Check them out. John Unlimited Series 1, you get the full-on story. Help support independent artists. That's what this community is all about. All right. Who is ready for these 5 books? So this is how it's going to go. As usual, we are going to look at current fair market value, and we're going to compare that to fair market value from 5 years ago. And the hotter these books have gotten, the higher return on investment, the higher increase in profit, the lower they're going to be on the list. So let's get into book number 5, and that is Daredevil 170. This is the first appearance of Kingpin in the Daredevil title. This book, in my humble opinion, has been overlooked, undervalued for a very long time. And with the rumors of Charlie Cox returning, there's also been rumors of Vincent D'Onofrio returning to the role, coming back in the MCU. And again, these are all rumors. Nothing has been confirmed or even partially speculated at, is being official. But I'm going to tell you, I am a fan of both of these characters or actors returning to these characters. Quite honestly, I'm going to be real with you all. I've never really been a big Daredevil fan growing up as a kid and even as an adult. But the Daredevil Netflix show, I'll tell you, that season 3, oh my goodness. So I'm all for both of these characters coming on board. ASM 50, Kingpin's first appearance, has been going through the roof. And the way that book has been escalating, including 51, which is his first cover appearance and second overall appearance, I'm kind of baffled that this book right here hasn't increased in similar, percentages. But let's look at these numbers. Current CGC 9.8, fair market value sitting at about $285. 5 years ago, $157. That's about an 82% increase in value. So it hasn't even doubled in 5 years. Average raw sitting at about $17. So again, what does that mean? That means you take in all the raw copies sold, you add up the sales price, divide them by the amount of books sold, you get your average raw. It doesn't pertain to a specific grade. Same with high raw. High raw sitting at $35. It doesn't mean it's a near mint copy. It's just that higher dollar amount. So this book, especially in raw, is extremely affordable. And when you talk about undervalued in a market not catching up and maybe collectors not paying attention to this book or knowing that this book is what it is, I definitely think this one has a very high ceiling even for the short term. So I really like this book on this list. All right, we are moving on to number 4, and that is Daredevil 168, the first appearance of Elektra. Okay, am I calling this book undervalued? No, but overall, I still don't think Elektra gets as much attention as she deserves. And I do think that this book is going to continue to increase over time, regardless if Elektra ever shows up in the MCU again, which I am absolutely hopeful for. Let's look at these numbers. I did a CGC 9.6 for this one. Fair market value right now sitting at 905. I think this book has finally been getting some love that it deserves. 5 years ago, $460 in that 9.6. It's basically doubled in value, 98% increase. Average raw, 216. High raw, 572. Wow. So, you know what blows my mind? I don't own this book. And when I was making this video, I decided to go look at some sales data, right? And I looked on the Mercari app about a month ago. A decent higher mid-grade copy of this book sold for $35. And the listing said about a $45 value. Can you believe that? And I know it was a month ago, and who knows with this market and how these books increase, but whoever bought that book got a steal of a deal. All right, let's move on. Oh, by the way, I do want to say, again, I thought the Daredevil show did Elektra very solid, and if we can see her back, I don't know the actress's name, but I am all for that as well. All right, folks, number 3 on the list is Avengers number 82. This is the first Daredevil in Avengers title, and if there's not an obscure book out there, I do believe this is the first meetup of the Avengers team and Daredevil. If anybody knows facts to that, if there's any other book out there that predates this, let me know in the comments below. But look, this is a fun one to look at because the Avengers are still going to exist to some capacity in the MCU, and I would love to see Daredevil hop over and team up with the Avengers. You know, we know that the Netflix shows loosely tied in the Avengers and what was going on in the MCU, and we'd name drop some guy with a hammer or some guy with a shield, or they name drop Captain America, but they were completely disconnected still. No crossover whatsoever. I would love to see this happen in the MCU, especially if it's Charlie Cox. So this is a fun one to look at. Still a decently affordable book, but look, this is where, again, like Marvel, Silver and Bronze Age right now is just increasing on the market, and it doesn't even need MCU spec. Current, actually, I used 9.4 on this. And the most current sale was in October of 2020. So this hasn't sold in, about 9 months now. So 10 months. What month is it? I forget. Back then, the high sold for 294, or the fair market value was about 294. So 5 years ago, which was about 4 years ago from there, was $130. So still during that time, it increased 126% in value. Solid. Average raw, though, sitting at about 26, with the high raw sitting at 46. And again, for a 15 center, that high raw probably isn't close to near mint, but take it with a grain of salt. Again, it's still a very affordable book. All right, everyone. Number 2 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 16. This is the first meeting of Daredevil and Spider-Man. Talked about this in a video before. This book can absolutely blow. Now, you probably hear me saying that, and you're looking at these numbers that we're going to go over in a second here. We know that these early Amazing Spider-Man Silver Age books are big money books already. But here's the thing. If there is any truth to Charlie Cox showing up in No Way Home and like showing up to help Peter Parker get some legal help and become his attorney. We don't know if there's any truth to that, and this happens. This is one that I believe can absolutely get instant attention to, that will beef this book up on the market. But let's look at these numbers already. I used an 8.0 on this one, current CGC 8.0, which was the most on the census. $1,651 fair market value. 5 years ago, $657. Boy, I wish I invested in more Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man 5 years ago. That is a 5-year, 151% increase in value. That is absolutely solid, especially looking at the dollar amount. Average raw for this book is sitting right over $300 at $303. High raw is sold for $500. Again, I am going to assume that that's not a high grade. High grade, any high grade on the markets are probably getting sent off to get graded for the most part. So a big dollar book already. I hope maybe one day I can own this book, because Amazing Spider-Man is my grail run. All right, folks, we have one more book on the list. But before we get into that book, I want to remind everyone, if you are in need of comic book supplies, I stand by BCW Supplies all day, every day. Check out the link below to bcwsupplies.com. Put in your order and use the code JOURNOS. That discount code will get you 10% off of your order. You can use it on big orders, small orders, and you can use it as many times as you want. It does not expire. So check out BCW Supplies. Check out their website. Use the code JOURNOS. Save some money. All right, folks, who's ready for book number 1? It is... What? Moon Knight number 13? Moon Knight number 13. What interesting number 1. But remember, the number 1 on this list, it's all about which book has increased in value the most over the last 5 years. But what is this book? This is the first Daredevil versus Moon Knight. All right, now here's the thing. We have Moon Knight coming. We got Oscar Isaac showing up as Moon Knight. He's going to be there on Disney+. Is this an entryway for Daredevil to come back, for Charlie Cox to step back in to the TV side of things, or the series, the live action series side of things on the streaming network? I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm just throwing it out there. These are probable possibilities. Nothing confirmed. Just my speculation. But hey, look at this book and what it's been doing on the market. Current CGC 9.6 fair market value, sitting at $89. Now that is still absolutely affordable, absolutely. But 5 years ago, it's only selling for about $22. $22. That's a 305% increase. It's increased 4 times in value. Average raw still sitting at about $12, with the high raw going for $22. Very, very affordable book. And this is another one. If we see Charlie Cox and Oscar Isaacs go at it, team up, whatever, this book is one that people are going to become hit to. You get your apps, and again, this isn't a negative thing. This is the state of the market, how we soak up that instantaneous information. You can have a key collector app or any one of these databases that are, as soon as the announcement hits, they're going to let you know, if you're not already reading it from Variety or Hollywood Reporter, that Charlie Cox and Daredevil are going to show up in Moon Knight, or Moon Knight's going to show up, whatever the case may be. And, you can go and check out what books pertain to these announcements. And this is that book. So this number 1 is a very affordable book. And I like to, show my viewers that there are affordable books that have these key elements that can definitely increase in value. But Before I end the video, what do I always say in all of my videos? Because I know a lot of people still get it twisted and think I'm trying to sit here and sell you something. I'm not. Don't buy anything that I say just because I'm talking about it. I'm not here to tell you to buy anything. I'm here to provide you facts, data, and sprinkle in my own personal opinion. And you guys take that as you will. Always do your due diligence. Have patience. Being a patient collector and investor usually pays off in the end more often than not. Make sound investment decisions. You always have to be willing to make the risk. And if you have no love in any of these books, no love for the characters, and you're not willing to make that risk, maybe it's not for you. But that is my 5 books for you all today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know how many you have. Let me know how many you may be hunting right now. And let me know if you think that there's any other books that should have made this list. So before I go though, I got to give a big shout out, as always, to all of my members of my channel. Big shout out to my Patreon members supporting me month after month. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon member, check out the link below and see what kind of extra benefits and perks you get. I have not announced the winner to my July Patreon member contest as of yet. I've had personal issues and I'm actually not living in my home right now. I'm broadcasting from, like if you guys are baseball fans and you hear announcers say, I've been designated for assignment, folks, but I'm still here trying to bring you guys videos. All right, so thank you to all my Patreon members for your patience. I really appreciate that, but there will be some lucky winner, believe me, of a Daredevil 181, Death of Elektra, and I'm sprinkling some other books in there as well. But before we go again, I got to give a big shout out to my YouTube channel members. That's only $1.99 a month. You guys can click that join button if you're interested in helping the channel out that way. Big shout out to Blackout Comics for winning my July YouTube member contest. Blackout, again, I've been out of the home. I haven't sent it out to you yet, but I promise it will get in the mail sooner than later. So again, guys, check out today's sponsor, John Unlimited. Check out the link, folks. It's a very affordable way to support upcoming independent artists and creators, and I highly recommend you do so. You know, I'm all about building this community up, and what better way than to support these creators that are, you know, putting their heart and soul and their resources into creating a product to bring to all of you fans out there. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you aren't subscribed, please do so. Be well, and until next time.